New at 6, St. Matthew Catholic Church in Flint has been here for years, becoming a common sight for those in the city. But a piece of its history is now anything but common. What happened in its past probably wasn't seen as significant until less than a week ago.
And the man leading the Roman Catholic Church just so happens to have spent some time in Flint. TV5's Zane Omer tells us about Pope Leo's time.
Pope Leo XIV's connection to St. Matthew Catholic Church in Flint dates back to almost 26 years ago.
No, that did not enter my mind whatsoever. Like, it was one thing just to say, wow, it's an American Pope, and even a Midwestern Pope, right, in terms of from Chicago. And then as I learned he was an Augustinian, I thought, oh, well, this parish had Augustinians. I wonder if he knew anybody here.
But it wasn't just that the new pope knew someone. He was a visitor there at St. Matthew Catholic Church in downtown Flint in the summer of 1999.
It makes me feel even more connected to the Pope, having that. I've never met him, never had any interaction with him, but still that connection of this church.
Father Anthony Strauss says Pope Leo, then Father Robert Prevost, was covering for Father Fred Taggart for a week while Father Taggart was on retreat. During his time in Flint, he also baptized a baby.
We have baptism records of anyone who was baptized here, and his name was there in July of 1999.
Father Strauss says because the parish had been staffed by Augustinians for most of its history, the Pope knew some of the priests and was close to Father Taggart.
In fact, he mentioned that Father Fred Taggart, the former pastor, was really a mentor and inspiration for him in his own discernment and formation. I know that St. Matthew Parish did have a very strong relationship with the church, the Catholic Church in Peru, which is where then Father Robert Prevost went as he was bishop of a diocese down there. So I imagine there were also probably some other visits to encourage charitable contributions to the church there in Peru.
Father Strauss hopes Pope Leo's connection to Flint makes others feel connected to him too.
In the Acts of the Apostles, it talks about how people wanted to be close to Peter. And I think that sentiment still exists among most Catholics, or all Catholics really today, that anytime they can get close to Peter because he was the one that Jesus chose to lead his church, that's something that's very special. So even just having this location where people can come and know that a successor of St. Peter, a pope, was also here is a great strengthening, hopefully, for their faith and a connecting for them to Jesus Christ.
The church is looking into if Pope Leo had visited at any other point, but as of right now, the only time they know of was in 1999. Reporting in Flint, Zane Omer, WNEM TV5.